This is your tutorial on the 25 Sienna. If you had a navigation subscription, it would show up here. If you don't have a navigation subscription, I recommend using your Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, as those are both free and you don't have to pay extra for those. On the 25 models, your Apple CarPlay and Android Auto is also wireless, so you no longer have to have a cord to plug it in, which is super nice. If you do want to pay for the subscription, there is a video on our YouTube page on how to do that. That is $16 to $20 a month. And again, I recommend just using your phone via Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, as you already have your phone, and that is free. You have 3 months of SiriusXM free, and then after that it'll just cancel. If you don't want to transfer your plan on your current vehicle, you can just cancel that, or you can transfer it over to the new vehicle, but again, you do get 3 free months. You have it broken down into different channels like music, sports, news, and talk, or you can see all channels and it brings up all of them. You can also say, hey, Toyota, play the highway on SiriusXM, or a station that you want to listen to on FM or AM, and she will do that for you. Say we want to listen to Classic Rewind, we'd hit the little heart and add it to our favorites. If you no longer want it in your favorites, you'll just unclick the heart to unadd it from your favorites. With AM and FM, it creates a station list based off of where you are. So it'll show you all the stations around you, or you can scroll by different genres that you are looking for. And then you can also play music from your phone. It would show up here if it is Bluetooth. You can also play music from a flash drive or a portable CD player as well. The Apple and Amazon Music are paid for in a separate source if you want to do that. You don't have to do that, as most people already have those on their phone. So I just, again, recommend paying for those on your phone and using the ones you already pay for by your Bluetooth. If you have your phone just regularly Bluetoothed, it will show all of your contacts here. You have some trip and vehicle alerts, which also show up on your dash screen. And then you have a bunch of general settings in here. If you wish to Bluetooth your device, you'll hit Bluetooth and devices, search for device, and then you'll add your device. If you already have a device added, it will show add device on this side instead of the search for devices. You will go through that the normal way you would Bluetooth your phone. You also have general settings, which is where your date and time is. You'll want to make sure your daylight savings time is on, since daylight savings is coming up on November 4th, and this video was filmed on October 29th. So, and you'll want to make sure those are on and that your time zone is correct. And then you have different display settings, sound and media, voice, vehicle customization, which has things like how fast your lights shut off, your door controls, your boarding and exit. So if you want your seat and your steering wheel to slide back and tilt up so that you can get things out easier. A lot of people have been asking me how to make all the doors unlock at once instead of just the driver door. You'll want to go to vehicle customize, door controls, and then scroll down and change this to all doors instead of just the driver door. They do come with just the driver door as a security measure so that no one can sneak into your car when you're traveling alone, which I think is a super nice feature, but I can also see why it could be a pain to have that. Down here, you have all of your controls for your climate. This changes your temperature. So you have your temperature controls. You pull it down to make the temperature cooler, and then you move it up to make it warmer in the vehicle. You have your fan speed right here. If you press rear, it will allow you to change the climate of the rear as well as the fan speed and where the air is blowing in the rear as well, which is super nice. That way, if you have small children and they can't reach the controls, you can do it for them. You also have your heated and ventilated seats. Auto adjust the fan speed based off of the temperature. This is to turn your climate off if you want to have the windows open or just don't want the air on. You have front defroster, rear defroster, your AC, recirculation, and then this is your S-Plus, so it only directs air to the occupied seats. So if you don't travel with people in the way back a lot, this can be nice. And then you have your ventilated and heated seats for the passenger as well. This mode button just changes where the air is blowing, and then sync will make both sides the same temperature. Underneath your climate, you do have a wireless charger. You just set your phone on there and it will charge if it's wirelessly compatible. You cannot have a super thick case, a pop socket, a loop, anything like that, or a wallet on the back of your phone, or else it won't be able to get a good connection to charge. But you do have a data port to plug in your phone to if you want to use wired Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. And then in this center console, you have some charging ports as well. And then in the back, there are more that I'll show you as well. By your gear shifter, you have your different drive modes. So your Eco will help you be more fuel efficient. Your Sport tightens down your suspension, gives you a little bit sportier of a feel. And then the normal is just the default if it's not on one of those. And I'll show you those when we go over to your dash screen as well, so you can see how they change on the screen. You have your EV mode. So your EV mode, if you're going under 25 miles an hour, you can press this and that will run just off of your hybrid battery. Your car does it for you automatically if you don't want to worry about pressing the button, but if you're driving around town, this button can be nice. This is your brake hold. So if you press your foot on the brake, press the hold button and let go, it'll hold you in place for 3 minutes and then have you put your foot back on the brake to activate it. It's like putting it in park without putting it in park. So it's super nice if you're stuck at traffic, stuck at a railroad sign, or you're in the drive-thru. Super nice for all of those. And then this is your parking brake, comes on automatically as soon as you shift into park, comes off automatically as soon as you shift out. And then you have cup holders right here, cup holders right here, and then a place to stick your phone or whatever up there as well. Behind your steering wheel, you have a new style of dash screen. This is all electronic and it has multiple different levels. So let me show you how to change the levels. On your steering wheel here, you have all of these arrows. You're going to press the sideways arrows to move from each level. You have 3 levels and each one can be customized to see what you desire. You'll just press and hold the OK button. And then this allows you to use the up and down arrows to change what you are seeing in your dash cluster. And again, each of the 3 circles you are able to change. So if you want to see something different, you can see whatever you want to see. And if you have multiple drivers, the 3 different levels are super nice because you can customize them to see what each driver wants to see instead of having to change every time you get in the car, which is nice. And then in your settings, you have the settings for your heads-up display if your vehicle is equipped, your lane tracing assist, which helps keep you centered in the middle of the lane, and your lane departure alert is also integrated into that. So if you go outside of the lane without turning your turn signal on, it will pull you back in. Your blind spot detection monitor, which shows up in your mirror. It's the 2 little cars with a squiggly line. Those highlight orange when someone's next to you. Your pre-collision system will help mitigate a crash. It won't stop the crash from happening. And you have your parking sensors, your rear cross traffic alert, which lets you know if a car is coming, your rear camera detection, which lets you know if there's a person behind you, and then your parking support brakes. So if you get too close to something, it will slam on the brakes. And then you have your road sign assist as well, which shows you the speed limit sign. And then in the vehicle settings, you have the place to turn off your automatic lift gate. You also have the sensors to turn off your kick sensors to open the sliding doors. You can also turn off the rear seat reminder if you feel that is something that you need to turn off. We're going to go back up here to the HUD, which is the heads up display, because this vehicle is equipped. We're going to press and hold the OK, and then we're going to press and hold the OK again. As you can see, it gives you the arrows to change the brightness as well as the position. So I'm going to turn the brightness all the way up here so we can see, and I'm going to focus on it here. So as you can see in front of me, it shows the compass, what drive position I'm in, the miles that I'm going, and then it also has the charge for your hybrid battery underneath. You'll use the left and right arrows to make the brightness brighter, and then you'll use the up and down arrows to change the height of it. So as you can see, it moves up. The heads-up display does not program like the seats. So if you are taller than your spouse or the person driving before you, you will have to raise it up, or vice versa. If you're shorter, you will have to raise it down. Unfortunately, it doesn't have a memory setting. You can also change what is showing on the heads-up display as well. So if you don't want the tachometer showing, or you don't want navigation showing when you have an active route, or driving assist, or the compass, again, you can turn all of those off if you desire for those to be off. You can also change the rotation, which just tilts it a little bit. So if you were sitting a little bit off-centered, you'd be able to see it a little bit better. So again, that is your dash screen. Then right behind your steering wheel, you have your lights. I always recommend keeping them on auto so it automatically changes with the light and the dark. And then on the other side, if your vehicle is equipped, you have auto wipers. So make sure the little autos are matched up, and then you'll pull your wiper stalk down one, and it will sense when it's raining and adjust based off of how much it's raining. On your left-hand side of your steering wheel, that is going to control your dash screen, and then your right-hand side over here is going to control your cruise control. So since we are already on the left side, I'll finish going through what is on here. This is your answer and hang up button. It's been consolidated into one. Voice commands if you don't want to use Hey Toyota, Hey Siri, or Hey Google. If your phone is connected via Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, you will have to say Hey Siri if you have an Apple phone, Hey Google if you have an Android. Call whoever or get directions to where you want. You can't use Hey Toyota because it's a separate entity. So again, Hey Google, call whoever if you have an Android, or Hey Siri, call whoever if you have an iPhone. Here are your volume buttons. And then moving on to the left-hand side, you have two types of cruise control. You have your adaptive cruise control, which measures how far behind the car in front of you want to stay. You can change that following distance right here with this little car button up here at the top. It has the little lines in front of it. It'll show you on your dash screen how it changes the following distance. Or if you don't like the adaptive cruise control, you'll press and hold this cruise control button right here, and it will change to your constant speed or manual braking cruise control, however you want to call that. And then you have the set, the resume, the cancel, the different mode for AM, FM, Sirius XM, Bluetooth, and then your skip the song or the channel. If your vehicle has the memory settings, you'll want to press set and whatever number you're programming at the same time so they beep. So like this, you'll press and hold them and it'll beep at you. And then if you have this little button right here, if you keep it in the middle, when you lock your car from the outside, your mirrors will fold in. Down here, you have your traction control off, your auto high beams. So if someone's coming, it'll turn your high beams off and then turn them on when no one's there. Your AC outlet for the back, heated steering wheel, your panoramic view monitor, and then your gas, and to turn your power doors off. This panoramic view monitor has a cool feature that some people don't know about. If you press the panoramic view monitor and put your vehicle into drive, a little camera shows up right here with a line through it. If you press this, This is what's going to show up next to you whenever you slow down or come to a stop. It'll show you your vehicle, and then it'll show you what's beside you and what's in front of you, which is a super cool feature to have. Or if you don't like it, you can choose to have it turned off. If you have a higher trim level, you do have this cool box, which turns into both a refrigerator and a freezer. So you have your button for your freezer right here, your button for your refrigerator right here. So you will just turn it on, and it's already pretty cool, but it will start cooling it down even more for you to keep your beverages or snacks cooler. And then you have your vacuum here. So your vacuum plugs into this little door right here. Let me see if I can turn the lights on back here so it sheds a little more light. There we go. So you'll plug it in right here. You have a bag that comes with your vehicle with all of the attachments. And then down at the very bottom, you have the little door that pulls out, and then you can pull out the trash canister as well. And then you have an AC outlet to plug in a regular household charger. You do also have 2 more chargers down here as well. There's controls up top for the people in the back to control their climate, as well as heated seats for the captain's chairs. Each window has a little sunshade that you can put up as well. And then you have their overhead vents and lights as well. In the back, you do have 2 more chargers for your people back here. And then you have your sunshade again for the people in the back. Sorry, this is at a kind of weird angle. I was trying to get the little symbols on the door to be able to show while I was filming this too. But you have 3 little Wi-Fi looking symbols on the door. These are your sensors for your side door. So you're going to want to make sure your vehicle is off, all the doors are shut, and that you have the key fob on your person. So whether that's in your hand, in your pocket, in your bag, just on your person, you're going to stick your foot in. You'll hear 3 tiny beeps, and it will open the door for you. You can load your kid in the car or all of your groceries. And then when you're done, stick your foot back under. You'll hear those beeps again, and it will shut the door for you.